has this positive feature that says really, from now on, baby, it's down to you. I say that neither Pope nor Bishop nor any ordained man has the right to impose one syllable of law upon the Christian man, for all of the faithful are God's priests.
It redefines the relationship between an individual and God in profound ways, because it takes the middleman out. It's like they control the pipes that bring water into your house, and suddenly you can drill your own well. You're no longer dependent upon the waterworks of the church.
In the winter of 1520, Luther finally received the bull of excommunication from Rome. But it was already too late. With his words, Luther had unleashed a hurricane.
You could say that these works are a revolutionary manifesto, not simply for the church, but also for society as well. Luther is saying that ordinary Christians can make a difference, and once people start believing that, then the world can never be the same again.
For Luther, the centuries-old power of the Pope now meant nothing. He hurled the bull of excommunication into a bonfire. Because you have corrupted God's truth, may God destroy you in this fire. I am not afraid, and I rejoice to suffer in so noble a cause.
In burning the bull of excommunication, he is in fact saying, I will not give in. I am right, you are wrong, come and get me.
Luther now braced himself for one final showdown with the powers of the Holy Roman Empire at the Diet of Worms. "25 years ago now, I set out on that journey to Worms, sure that that would be my last day. For, as I declared, if the Emperor was inviting me in order for me to recant, then I would never go. But if he was inviting me to my death, then I would gladly come." On April the 2nd, 1521, Luther set out from Wittenberg on a 2-week journey to Worms. In front rode his escort, Charles V's imperial herald, a guarantee of safe contact. Luther's friends had done all they could to dissuade him from going, convinced he would never return alive. As he travelled across Germany, Luther now began to glimpse the vast popularity of his cause and works. In Erfurt, the city elders threw a huge party for the passing traveller. In Frankfurt, he was showered with gifts by the city's publishers. He was, after all, one of Europe's most successful authors.
The awareness of his popularity might have given him some courage as he proceeded on to Worms, but I do not see in Luther the kind of big head that celebrities often get today. He was more devoted to that principle. He's still a single-minded idealist.
I think as Luther approaches Worms, he finds himself torn between two emotions. He is genuinely frightened. What is going to happen? Am I going to be safe? And on the other hand, he's realizing that people like him, that he started something that seems to be snowballing.
On the morning of the 16th of April, Luther finally approached the city of Worms. The memory would burn in him until his dying days.
On that day, I was greeted by a multitude. The whole city thronged the streets. An escort of knights saw me through the city gates. A priest ran towards me, touched me as if I was a saint.
When Luther arrived, the crowds came out to gawk and cheer, and one of the papal representatives reported back to Rome that 9 out of 10 people were yelling, "Long live Luther!" And lest the Pope take any satisfaction, the 10th was yelling, "Death to the Pope!"
To his last day and beyond, Luther's appearance before the Diet would stand as the pinnacle of his life.
The day was hot, but the sun had sunk into a red cloud. In that one room were gathered the greatest powers of Europe. The princes of Germany, the Holy Roman Emperor Charles, and the papal nuncio, Johannes Meyer Frankreich. These were the men in whom God now entrusted my life.
The only person in the room that Luther knew was his own prince, Frederick the Wise. But he knew that it was the votes of everyone here who would decide his fate. The Pope's ambassador had only one demand: that Luther recant every one of his writings. But Luther would remain true to his principles and to his words.
We must realize how very frightening this must have been for Luther. Arrayed against him are the forces of church and the forces of the state. And it's clear that they are placing him under huge pressure simply to stand back, to say, no, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have said that.
He was shown a pile of his books and asked if they were all his.
Indeed, all the books are mine, and I've written more if you want to read them.
He would refuse to recant, in terms both clear and simple.
I do not accept the authority of popes and councils, for they have all contradicted each other. My conscience